Hello friends, myself Professor Khemchand Surana. In last session, we have started the antiviral agents. In that, we have seen the introduction of antiviral agents. Further, we have seen the structure of virus and the life cycle of viruses or the stages of viral replication. So, till this, we have discussed in last session. Also, we have discussed the virus receptors and antiviral therapy. So now in today's session we will discuss about the classification of antiviral drugs. So basically antiviral drugs are broadly classified on the basis of their specific mode of action. So on the basis of mode of action or the mechanism of action of the antiviral drugs, they were classified into three basic categories. So in that, first one is substance that inhibit early stage of viral replication. So the first one is what? The substance that will inhibit early stage of replication. Second, substance that interfere with viral nucleic acid replication. And third one is substance that affects translation on cell ribosomes. Affection on translation. So these are what the three basic categories of antiviral drugs. So now here the antiviral drugs classification is given with examples. So the first classification of these antiviral drugs is non-retroviral drugs. So in non-retroviral drugs, so there are three basic categories. First one, anti-herpes virus drugs. Second one, anti-influenza virus drugs. Third one, anti-hepatitis virus or non-selective antiviral drugs we can call. In that, further two categories for hepatitis B and for hepatitis C. So the first one is anti-herpes virus drugs. In that, examples are idoxuridine, trifluridine, acyclovir, valciclovir, famciclovir, ganciclovir, valganciclovir, cidofovir, foscarnet, fomivirsen. So these are what the example of anti-herpes virus drugs. Now second category, anti-influenza virus drugs. In that, amantadine, rimantadine, oseltamivir, zaminivir. So these are what the examples. And third one is anti-hepatitis virus non-selective antiviral drugs. In that, first one is for hepatitis B. Examples is lamivudine, adefovir, digoxil, and tenofovir. These are three examples. And for hepatitis C, ribavirin and interferon alpha. So these are what the non-retroviral drugs. Now second one is antiretrovirus drugs, means the antiviral drugs classification on the basis of their retrovirus categories. So antiretrovirus drugs, in that again the three major categories and again three more categories. So first one is nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor is there. So in short we can call NRTIs, nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor. Second one, non nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor, and third one is protease inhibitors. So these three categories are major. And further, fourth one is entry inhibitor, then CCR5 receptor inhibitor and integrate inhibitors. So these are what three minor categories in these antiretroviral drugs. So in nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors, examples are zidovudine, didanosine, staudine, lamivudine, abacavir, M-tricitabine, tenofovir. And in case of non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors, examples are nevirapine, efavirenz and delaverdine. And in case of protease inhibitors, ritonavir, atazanavir, indinavir, nailfinavir, scavinavir aprinavir and lopinavir. So these are what the examples of protease inhibitors. Now the next one is entry inhibitor. In entry inhibitor, the example is influvirtide and CCR5 inhibitor maraviroc, and integrase inhibitor is raltegravir. So these are what the examples of from the minor categories. Further, the classification according to the treatment protocol. So means on the basis of treatment protocol, again antiviral drugs are classified. So on this basis, so three major classes again divided. First one is treatment of respiratory virus infection. In that, the majorly amantadine derivatives has been utilized or used. So examples of these amantadine derivatives are, or we can call the amantadine is major one and rimantadine is synthetic derivative of this amantadine. So adamantane derivatives, whatever the perfect name for this category. So these are what the example amantadine and rimantadine, which is utilized or used for the respiratory virus infection. So second one, treatment of herpes and cytomegalovirus infection. So in this category, so again purine nucleotides, pyrimidine nucleosides and phosphorus derivatives, these are three basic categories. In purine nucleotide, acyclovir, ganciclovir, vidarabine, so these are what examples. In pyrimidine nucleosides, trifluorouridine and idoxuridine, these are what the examples. In phosphorus derivatives, phoscarnate sodium, so phoscarnate sodium is example of this phosphorus derivative. Now third major category is treatment for HIV infection, or we can call the anti-HIV drugs. So in this again, so three major categories are there. In that, first, RT inhibition. RT inhibition means reverse transcriptase enzyme inhibitors or inhibition. So in that again three major categories: purine derivatives, pyrimidine derivatives and non-nucleoside derivatives. So in case of purine derivatives, example is didanosine, and in pyrimidine derivatives, zidovudine and stavudine are example. Non-nucleosides, nevirapine, delavirdine and efavirenz, so these are examples. Now second major class from these anti-HIV drugs are protease inhibitors. So again, whatever the VIR at the last, all are what? Protease inhibitors. So protease inhibitors examples are scavinavir, indinavir, ritonavir, nailfinavir, aprinavir and lopinavir. And last one is integrase inhibition, zintavir. So these are what the classification of antiviral drugs. So as per the question, so what question is asked in examination? If you ask about the specific give the classification of antiviral drugs, so you can write the any kind of classification. But if in examination there will be asked protease inhibitors or anti-HIV inhibitors, so as per question you need to write. So whatever given in slide, as per question you have to write the particular classification for particular category of antiviral drugs. So now the mechanism of antiviral drugs. In last session we have seen the replication or the stages of replicative cycle of virus. So on the basis of this replication cycle, so the different drugs they were act as antiviral agents. So the first stage is, or the first step is, viral attachment and entry. So we have seen first step is what? Virus attachment and entry. So inhibitors of this virus attachment and entry. So viral attachment and entry are blocked by basically influvirtide, meveraviroc, docosanol and palvizumab. So these are what the examples which will inhibit the virus attachment and entry into the host cell. Second one is uncoating. So uncoating we have seen. So uncoating are blocked by amantadine, rimantadine. So whatever the adamantine derivatives which were act as a uncoating derivatives, then viral release are blocked by neuroamidase inhibitor. Whatever the neuroamidase inhibitor which will inhibit the viral release from the host cell. Now next one is protein processing are blocked by basically protease inhibitors. So whatever the VIR at the end, we have seen the drugs cavinavir, indinavir. These are what protease inhibitors and which will block the protein processes. Now last one is nucleic acid synthesis. You can see into the diagram. So nucleic acid synthesis block or the nucleic acid synthesis inhibitor is blocked by nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor, non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor. In that example, cyclovir, phoscarnate. So these are what the example which will inhibit the nucleic acid synthesis. So this is what the overall basic classification or the classification on the basis of their mechanism or the mechanism of antiviral drugs you can see. So this is what important as per your examination. Now today we will start the first major category of this antiviral drug is nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor. So whatever the RT inhibitor or reverse transcriptase inhibitor called, in that again further different categories were there. So the first major category in case of nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor is purine nucleosides and nucleotides. So purine nucleosides and nucleotides. So basic structure in this category is purine is there. You can see into the structures of different nucleosides and nucleotide inhibitors. There is what basic purine moiety is there. So example given over here. So whatever the example given here, so just write in your notebook and practice them. So acyclovir is given, then ganciclovir is given, valciclovir and vidarabine is given. So in case of vidarabine, there is what sugar kind of moiety is attached over here, means 5 ring furan type of saturated ring is attached over here. So further examples in case of purine nucleosides are nucleosides. So examples are penciclovir, famiciclovir and abacavir. So these are what all the examples of purine nucleosides and nucleotides. Again draw in your notebook and practice them. So purine is basic ring in case of these purine nucleosides and nucleotide derivatives. So now further we'll discuss the metabolism of these purine nucleosides and nucleotide derivative, which is what nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. So metabolism of acyclovir, first drug acyclovir. So metabolism of acyclovir in this case, so the viability of acyclovir is 15 to 30% and it is metabolized to 9-carboxy methoxymethyl guanine, which is inactive. So there is what 15 to 30% viability of this drug, and basically the first major metabolite which is called 9-carboxy methoxymethyl guanine, and this metabolite is inactive. So second drug is valciclovir, metabolism of valciclovir. The related analogs 6-deoxyacyclovir is prodrug form of acyclovir that is activated through metabolism by xanthine oxidase. So basically this valciclovir is metabolized through the xanthine oxidase enzyme. Initially this is what prodrug, and their particular 6-deoxyacyclovir analog, it is basic the prodrug and which is activated by the xanthine oxidase. Now next one is metabolism of cidofovir. It is metabolized by phosphorylation and it gives cidofovir diphosphate. So again this cidofovir initially phosphorylized, and after phosphorylation cidofovir converted into cidofovir diphosphate. Next one is metabolism of famciclovir. It is a prodrug of penciclovir. So whatever the penciclovir structure we have seen here, you can see. So this famciclovir is the prodrug of penicillin, which is formed in vivo by hydrolysis of acetyl group. So in case of this penicillin, you can see. So further here what they have seen, so it is formed, this penicillin will form by hydrolysis of acetyl group. You can see the acetyl group in case of famciclovir. Here structure is given famciclovir. So this acetyl group will metabolize, and there is what formation of penicillin, means from famciclovir there is formation of penicillin, and oxidation at the sixth position by mixed function oxidase. So by oxidase enzyme, again oxidation will occur at sixth position. Then penicillin and its metabolite penicillin triphosphate possesses antiviral activity. So again their metabolite in phosphate, whatever the penicillin triphosphate will form. So this is what active antiviral agent. So further you can see the formation of famciclovir from, there is formation of penicillin from famciclovir. So initially famciclovir you can see, so hydrolysis and oxidation will occur and penicillin form. You can see the structure and reaction. So from famciclovir there is formation of penicillin. So next, metabolism of vidarabine. Vidarabine, again it is deaminated rapidly by adenosine deaminase enzyme, which is present in the serum and the red blood cells. So these deaminase enzyme basically present in serum and RBCs. So by these deaminase enzyme, this vidarabine is whatever metabolites rapidly. The enzyme converts vidarabine to its principal metabolite. So initially what you can see into the reaction, so vidaramine is given. So vidaramine, by using this enzyme, whatever the adenosine deaminase, so it will convert it into the principal metabolite arabinosyl hypoxanthine, which is what weak antiviral activity. So you can see the in reaction vidaramine will convert it into arabinosyl hypoxanthine derivative or the metabolite, which is what weak antiviral activity. So this is what the metabolism of first purine nucleosides and nucleotide derivative in case of nucleosides reverse transcriptase inhibitors. So now mode of action of these purine and pyrimidine derivatives, in that the mode of action of acyclovir basically given over here. So what will happen, acyclovir leads to the phosphorylation. Initially you can see there is what acyclovir given in this square. Further there is what it will leads to phosphorylation, and acyclovir converted into acyclovir monophosphate. From this again acyclovir monophosphate, it is converted into acyclovir triphosphate. So this acyclovir triphosphate basically active form of this acyclovir, so which will help to inhibit the herpes virus DNA polymerase competitively. So whatever the polymerase enzyme in case of this herpes DNA virus, so this will competitively inhibited by this acyclovir triphosphate. Further it will get incorporated into the viral DNA, means it will incorporate into the viral DNA, and early termination of lengthening of viral DNA is there. So DNA polymerase inhibited reversibly. So after incorporation into the viral DNA, there is what termination of lengthening of the viral DNA. Whatever the new lengthening of viral DNA will be there, means new viral DNA formation will be there, that will be terminated by this acyclovir triphosphate. Then DNA polymerase inhibited by irreversibly, and these drugs basically useful in case of and inhibition of the particular herpes virus specific thymidine kinase and cellular kinases. So this is what the mode of action of acyclovir. Again the ganciclovir having similar mode of action of as like your acyclovir. Then further the mode of action of famciclovir. So famciclovir basically requires the viral whatever the viral basically kinase enzymes for their activation. and they will inhibit the viral DNA polymerase. So famciclovir basically inhibit the DNA polymerase enzyme, and they were useful against the herpes simplex and herpes zoster species of virus DNA. So this famciclovir basically used as an alternative for acyclovir and reduces the duration of illness and useful against the hepatitis B virus, chronic hepatitis, in case of chronic hepatitis B. Now next is SAR of acyclovir structure activity relationship. So acyclovir structure again will go through the structure of acyclovir here given over here. You can see there is what purine basic ring, NH2 is there, C double bond O is there, then CH2O, CH2, CH2OH is there. So this is what the structure of acyclovir. Now we'll discuss the SAR of acyclovir. The length of acyclic side chain attached to N9 is essential for antiviral activity. So whatever N9 position is essential for the antiviral activity. Then second point is when a cyclic side chain containing hydroxymethylene group was replaced by other substituent. So in case of alicyclic or acyclic, you can see acyclic side chain which contain the hydroxyl group. So in case of this acyclovir, you can see the structure. There is what acyclic ring is there, and there is what hydroxyl group is there. So in case of this, so methylene group was replaced by other substituent and inactive analogs are obtained. So after replacing this particular hydroxymethylene group, so by other substituent, it will leads to inactive compound, and this implies that CH2OH group is essential for activity. Whatever the CH2OH given in case of this acyclovir, this is what essential for activity. 9-alkoxy derivative was obtained when slide modification was brought. So in case there is what will do some kind of modification in the acyl side chain which is highly active against the herpes simplex and varicella zoster viruses. So again we'll get the some kind of derivatives which will call the 9-alkoxy derivative. So several structural modification has been brought to acyclovir to obtain high potent drugs or the high potent agents. So further there was too much modification on this drug will get the high potent drugs. So this is what the SAR of acyclovir. Now further adverse effect of acyclovir, there is what dose dependent in GFR, decrease in dose dependent GFR, then reversible neurological manifestation there, lethargy, disorientation, hallucinations, convulsions, coma. These are occurs at higher doses. Means in case of higher doses, whatever the neurological problems or manifestation will be occur. Then topical, whatever the topical ADRs, this is what stinging, burning sensations after each application. So in case of oral, there is what headache, nausea and malaise is there, and by IV rashes, sweating and fall in blood pressure. So these are what all adverse effect of acyclovir. So further side effects of ganciclovir from similar class. So ganciclovir produces bone marrow toxicity, precursor cells quite sensitive to ganciclovir, rashes, fever, vomiting, neuropsychiatric disturbances. So these are what the side effect of ganciclovir. Then side effect of famciclovir: headache, mental confusion, nausea, loose motion, itching and rashes. So these are what all the side effect of famciclovir. So now further the second or the further category from this nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors will discuss in the next session. Till that, thank you and happy learning.